What's up, y'all? I'm back out here at the range. As you can see back behind me, it is going to be a smoking hot day out here today, but I'm going to power through it because I got a couple of big bore rounds to test today, and we're going to jump on in with both feet and start this thing off with some 45-70. So as you can see, we got the jelly contraption split up again. Down here, we got the radar and the bench, and then down there at 28 yards, we've got our jelly blocks. So I got us 2 clear blocks of gel down here. No tests at all done on these yet. I'm going to need all the room I can get for this one right here. And then as you can see, standard is my heavy clothing barrier with the layer of denim, fleece, and 2 layers of cotton t-shirt material. And then back down here, we've got a real treat especial out here today that we're working with. We got some more of this Defiant Munitions. Those y'all who've been watching the channel know that these guys have been awesome lately as far as sending out ammo to test out. They've sent gel blocks for me to use to test with. So really good guys over there, Pete and Fraser. Now, I don't have any kind of affiliate. I don't get kickback from them if y'all get anything from them. But now they are easy to find. And when you get there, I do have a code that I'll leave you that'll help you out if you're interested in getting something from them. So what we got here this time is one of their 45-70 rounds. It's a Mad Pig Customs collaboration. It's their TCX Mad Pig, their 300 grainer. Now, their TCX is their total copper expander. Y'all have seen these before. All of their stuff is copper expanding rounds. Really nice stuff. This one here's got that nice black proprietary coating that they use. Helps the lubricity, you know, no feeding issues. Just really nice chambering and cycling by using that. And then it's got that wicked looking tri-cut projectile there like we saw in their 308 and their 7.62 by 39. Now the ballistics they got on the box for this one, they're saying 1900 feet per second with 2405 energy, and this has been tested out of an 18.5-inch barrel to get those numbers. Now both of what we're working with out here today is shorter than that, so obviously we won't see quite those velocities. And then as far as what we're running these out of, we got a couple of bad dogs out here today, as y'all can already see. For the shorter one, we've got my BFR out here, obviously 45-70. This thing's got a 10.5-inch barrel on it. Now as y'all can see, I have put a little Holosun red dot on it just for this test right here, because at 28 yards, I feel like this dot's gonna give me at least a better chance of putting this thing in the gel block and keeping it in. And even then, I'm expecting some drama out of this one. But that's our shorty, if you want to call 10.5 inches shorty. And then for the longer option out here, some of y'all probably saying, wait a minute, I ain't never seen that. When the heck did you get that thing? This ain't mine. I'll just tell you right now, this was borrowed, and this was actually Pete from Defiant Munition. This is one of his personal rifles. He just messaged me and wanted to know if I wanted to borrow a couple of them. Actually, I've got something else too to do some of these tests with, do a video with, just to check it out. But I went ahead and took him up on the offer on these right here, only because, you know, I'm not doing a review on this thing. My opinion of this right here means absolutely nothing on this test. All we checking out right here is the ammo. So when he offered it, and it was a couple of really cool tools, I figured what the heck, I might as well and check these things out. Now, if y'all are not familiar, this is a Mad Pig Customs Thumper. I believe this is their V2. They've got a couple of different models, but basically what this is, they'll take your existing Marlin or Henry 45-70 lever action, and then they customize the heck out of it. As you can see, they've got different stock variants. They've got hand guards, barrel lengths, all kind of different stuff. This one right here is actually a 14.5-inch barrel with the pinned and welded muzzle to give it a 16.5-inch overall length. I believe you still consider this pinned and welded. I don't know if they just made this out of one unit and then bored out the inside, but what I can tell you about this thing after looking at it for a little while is this is some quality work right here, buddy. Now, it's very expensive. There's no doubt about it, but they do some quality work. Every piece on it is really nice. But enough of all that. Let me get this stuff set up and let's see what these Mad Pigs can do. All right, let's try to get some speeds on this stuff, y'all. I'm gonna do actually a 3-round average only on this, mainly just because I only had 1 box of this stuff and I actually had to end up using a few rounds to get this zeroed in. I was gonna try to use just some old cheap, that real lightweight Remington stuff, the light loaded stuff, but the point of impact was way off after I got it zeroed with that and then tried one of these. So anyway, I had to use some of them. So we're gonna try to do a 3-round average. Not only that, but I'm expecting some drama right here, and I'll tell y'all why. Because this lab radar, I've mentioned before, you have to set a range for pistol, rifle, so on and so forth, different speeds, and 1600 is the cutoff from 0 to 1600, and then 1600 up is rifle. Now this stuff is saying 1900 out of an 18.5-inch barrel. Stepping down to 10.5, it's going to be right there at that 1600, I'm guessing. So this might get sketchy. Like I said, I got got 3 rounds in here. We're gonna try to get a 3-round average and see what happens anyway. Hopefully we can get that. I didn't even think about this radar. I mean, it's right there in the middle. It couldn't be at a worse cutoff as far as the ranges that they've got set on this thing. But let's see if we can get some speeds on them, y'all. Whew, that stuff is loud. 1737, so good deal. I was underestimating it, so I'm glad it's that much over 1600. That is some good, powerful stuff right there. So now I forgot to mention, you're also gonna see those other 5 numbers, and you'll see those are for 10 yards, 28, 50, 75, and 100, and 28 instead of 25 because that's where the gel's at in case we have problems. So anyway, we got 1737. 1766, and 1736. That was 100-yard steel out there, y'all, too. I actually tried to aim for that one. So I'm gonna leave it at 3, even though we're getting some good readings off of this, only because I'm liable to goof up on the gel too. So let's check out what that 3-round average was. All right, so our 3-round average from this BFR revolver was 1,746 feet per second. We had an extreme spread of 30 and a standard deviation of 17.3. Now, again, as far as that standard deviation, this is only a 3-round average, so take that for what it's worth. Let me get this reset and let's see what that Mad Pig can do. All right, let's see what this 14.5-inch barrel from the Mad Pig can do. I'm gonna do a 3-round average on this one too, just to keep it all consistent. This one should bump it up at least, what, maybe 100 or so. We'll see what it does anyway. Hopefully this one goes just as smooth. It's got this little hand stop thing in a kind of a weird spot. Got 1918. 1865. And 1861, so not too bad, but he must have this thing zeroed for 100 with this little red dot, because that's what was ringing out there as 100. So not too bad on that. Let's check that 3-round average. All right, so our 3-round average that time was 1,881 feet per second. We had an extreme spread of 56 and a standard deviation of 31.5. Now, again, the standard deviation, that's based on 3 rounds, so not the most accurate. That extreme spread's kind of large on this, I'll have to say. It's probably because of these shorter barrels, I'm guessing. Now, they do actually make a subsonic 4570, which I have some of, and I do plan to test. Maybe I should have done that out of these short ones instead of the full power, but I wanted to see some speed out here, so we just went with this. But anyway, again, this was 1881, and if you remember that BFR, it was 1746, so that's what, 135 feet per second difference. So 135 feet per second with 4 inches more barrel. That's probably about right doing the math. So both of these, there's no doubt in my mind, are going to do absolutely fantastic down there in the gel. Let me get this stuff set up, and y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all, it's Jesus take the wheel jelly time. I'm gonna try to put 1 round from each barrel length down there to the gel, starting with this BFR first. And I'm gonna just tell you right now, I'm gonna need some luck and or divine intervention to get this thing in that gel block from here with this red dot and have it not swerve out the side. Cause I got a feeling it's gonna go probably 26, 28 inches. So if it don't come out, it's gonna be nothing short of a miracle. Well, let's see what I can do, y'all. Wish me luck. I actually hit it. I don't know if it stayed in or not. Let me go down there and see what I got. All right, y'all, that right there was absolutely perfectly placed. I couldn't have bet you money and hit that thing right there probably. So absolutely perfect down there. Now, as you can see, I'm cheating a little bit on this when I stuck my magnifier back behind this aim point he's got here. It's a little too high, but I'm still able to catch the red dot in the bottom. So we ought to be able to make it happen with this. This, I just kind of want to pinpoint it and try to keep it try to keep it from going in that other track if I can. I've got my point of impact with this already, so should be pretty good. Let's see what we can do here, y'all. All right, that is exactly where I wanted it. I hope it didn't come out the top left. Let me go check it out. All right, y'all, let's check out what we got down here. I'm gonna tell you right now, somebody was definitely looking out for me today, because I'm out here with the unfamiliar tools, a bunch of red dots out here, and both of these things still had absolutely perfect placement down there at 28 yards and caught the projectiles. So I couldn't have asked for anything better out here, as worried as I was about this one. But what we got down here, no surprise, is just absolute filthy devastation. This one coming from this side right here, that was out of the 10.5-inch BFR. I mean, look at that disruption right there. That's out of a revolver, y'all. That thing came in here, immediate expansion. I mean, incredible disruption right there. That thing has got to be a good it's over 2 inches wide, that wound channel, and it carries all the way through. I mean, it never fizzles out, buddy. It keeps on trucking into this second block and looks like it stops about halfway, and you talking about some absolute massive expansion. It's got all three of those pedals peeled back, looking like those wicked bananas. And then coming from the other direction, that was the Mad Pig Custom here. Again, massive disruption, absolutely incredible disruption here. Comes in here, even the outside of the gel here has just got permanent damage from all the stretch marks. Carries through this first block. Now this one here was definitely over its speed threshold as far as staying together, because right here around this point, it broke apart in all three of the pedals. You got one there, one down there, and one actually scooted out the side right here, and then your middle section kept on trucking all the way down. And I mean, if it would have went another 1.5 or even a 1/4 inch curving down, we would have lost that thing, but we just barely caught it, probably an inch or so from the end of the second block. But let's measure this crazy penetration and see what we got here. We'll start with the one out of the BFR. It went to exactly 24.5 inches of penetration. That's out of a 10.5-inch revolver, y'all. That's just insane right there. And then the one here from the Mad Pig Custom, the base of that, the bulk of it, went all the way out here to 31.25 inches. Your pedals, this one here traveled to 19.75. The one down there at the bottom traveled to 21, and then the other one went out the side, again 19.25. So absolutely terrific penetration from both of these. And here's your close-up look, since I had you pull back so far to see everything. This one right here from this side, again, that's the Mad Pig Custom. Like I said, massive disruption there. Probably somewhere around in here, it looks like, is where those pedals separated. You can see one goes up and it's up there, one went down over there, and then that other one, like I say, it popped out the side right there. And then if you keep on following the base of it, you can see it right there. Like I said, we definitely got lucky a little bit more and we would have lost that one. And then around here on the other side, that's the one from the BFR. That right there is just incredibly impressive to me, that big old disruption. And I mean, it stays big all the way through this first block. That little pedal there, that's the one that came from the other side. That's one from the Mad Pig. And then this BFR, I mean, just look at that thing right there. That is an incredibly nice expanded round. All right, y'all, let's check out these projectiles. Look at this one right here out of that BFR. That is absolutely incredible. That is a just filthy looking expanded projectile. I'm telling you, it looks just like some kind of wicked killer banana peel peeled open like that. That's incredible expansion from a 10.5-inch revolver at 28 yards. And then on the flip side, this is the one here out of the Mad Pig with the 14.5-inch. Here's the base of it here, and as you can see, it definitely definitely lost its banana peels. 2 of them here and 1 popped out the side, but we'll measure them here in a second. I got a feeling these doggone petals are probably 40, 50 grains or something like that. There's some big old chunks. And then of course you got that big old center chunk of copper that kept on trucking. So let's check out our weights here. I don't see any kind of loss in the gel. I don't expect any loss. This one here from the BFR, now they both started at 300. This one is at 299.6, so no loss there. And then from the Mad Pig here, I'm curious just what one of these petals weighs. So yeah, just that petal is 52.3, so that right there is almost a 5.56 projectile by itself. But let's start with the big base of it here. That right there is 142.8, and then if we add one of the petals back here, that brings us to 194.8, and if we add the other one, we're at 246.6. So then if you was to add another 52 off that pedal, there's your weight right back. And then as far as your expansion, let's start with this big old nasty boy out of the BFR here. So across this way, you've got 1.216 inches. You've got almost 1.25 inches across those pedals. That is insane. And in this way, you've got 1.19 inches. That is just an absolutely insane amount of expansion. And now this one here from the Mad Pig, this is going to be a little bit difficult here to measure, but we'll see what I can get here. This base, you got about 511. As far as the length of what's left here with this bulk of it, you got about 427. And then I'm sure some of y'all are curious about this pedal size. So if we go the long way here, you're looking at what, 633? And then crossways here, you got 394. So nice size just on those pedals alone, not even counting the big old chunk that kept on rolling. And there you have it, y'all, the Defiant Munitions 4570 TCX Mad Pig custom rounds. Absolute devastation out of these things. I didn't expect anything less. All of these Defiant Munitions rounds I've tested so far have been really, really nice performing rounds, especially these rifle rounds. They are just very impressive. Something about a solid copper round when it expands properly like this. I mean, it's just, like I said, it's just very, very impressive stuff. Now the pedals breaking off with this Mad Pig right here, y'all know how I am. I definitely like my rounds to stay together. This, on the other hand, being that it's like almost segmented, it's not as much of a deal to me. You know, I'd still like it to stay together, but again, this is a lot closer than 4570 for the most part is going to get used. Again, that was just a choice made by me because I just didn't have confidence in myself with that BFR, especially with nothing but a red dot much further than that. But you can see the velocities out to 100, so we got some really good information on these either way. And like I said, for me, both of these right here, it gave us some absolutely phenomenal performance. All right, y'all, I'm calling it right there for what I think was another awesome 4570 test. Like I said, I think there's just something cool about a nice performing, expanding copper round, and then you throw 4570 on top of that, and it's just even cooler. But let me know down in the comments what y'all think about the performance. Any of y'all out there run 4570 doing any hunting? What are you running in? Do you have a BFR, some kind of lever action? Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you reach down and hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you got your notifications turned on so you don't miss anything when I upload it. If you're doing some shopping, check out those affiliate links in the video description. Anything you buy after going through any of those links down there, I get a kickback from them towards the channel, so I really appreciate that. But once again, I appreciate all my Range Gang members and every single one of y'all out there for supporting the channel like y'all do. I've got some really good stuff headed y'all's way, so be on the lookout for that. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.